Hello, everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. I'm so happy to be talking to you here today about Game of Thrones and George R.R. Martin. Man, people are upset at him. They're upset at the HBO version's creators. They did not like that ending. Now, I know a lot of you did. Some of you did. The majority of you didn't. And that's the problem now, because fans are revolting around the whole show, and they're hoping that George R.R. Martin will actually change the ending of the books. Entertainment Weekly sat down with George R.R. Martin to prep, and obviously with Comic-Con coming up, they're doing a big Game of Thrones panel. They wanted to know if the fan reactions might make him change the direction of the books. And he says no. It will not. It will not change his books. They asked him, can negative reactions from fans change anything? And he says, look, the internet affects all this to a degree. It was never affected before, like it was never affected before. Like Jon Snow's parentage, there were early hints about who Jon Snow's parents were in the books, but only one reader in 100 put it together. And before the internet, that was fine. For 99 readers out of 100, when Jon Snow's parentage got revealed, it would be, oh, that's a great twist. But in the age of the internet, even if one person figures it out, that one person posts it online, and then the other 99 people read it and go, oh, well, that makes sense. Suddenly the twist you're building towards is out there, and there's a temptation to then change it in the upcoming books. Oh my God, it's screwed up. I have to come up with something else. But that's wrong, because then because you've been planning for a certain ending, and if you suddenly change direction just because somebody figured it out or because they don't like it, then it screws up the whole structure. So no, I don't read the fan sites. I want to write the book as I've always intended to write it all along, and when it comes out, they can like it or not. Wow, I love that. I think that's the way it's got to be. I mean, that's how this works. He's the creator of Game of Thrones. He has every right to write it the way he sees fit. And let's be honest, he's going to write it different than David Benioff and D.B. Weiss did. He's going to do it because he's going to have more time to take his time if he ever finishes the books. But he's going to obviously add a lot of that nuance and longer, those character moments that I feel like HBO and the creators rushed through on the TV show. The ending could have worked. The ending might have worked had we not rushed to that point out of nowhere. That's really what I think didn't work. And I think if George R.R. Martin sticks to his guns and has that viewpoint, we will read it differently if he adds the color and the texture and the pacing that was missing from the show. So I applaud him. I think he's making the right choice. I think he will stick to his guns on this. And I'm sure there'll be some little things that happen that weren't in the show that'll still feel like surprises. But no, he shouldn't change the book. That's what he wanted to do. How do you change the book and then not have everyone else guess it? I mean, you could, I guess. You could try and surprise, and maybe he is. Maybe he's trying to surprise everyone because he's got some other twists now that he's excited about, and he doesn't want anyone to keep theorizing, because he makes a very good point. It's like, when we as internet influencers and video movie people, we speculate. We speculate all the time about, well, what's this movie going to be, and how do we do this? Or wouldn't it be cool if this happened? And we don't even realize that we're creating spoilers without us even meaning to. We could create a spoiler by talking about who the last Skywalker is, and suddenly, because we've talked about it for so long and beat out every potential option creatively, suddenly one of those is the right way, and then suddenly we go, well, damn it, we already heard that. So I think his instincts are right. He's correct, and a book is a different medium. He's going to have the opportunity to write thousands of pages to really lead up to Bran, spoiler alert, becoming the on the Iron Throne, and I think he can do it in a way that's going to feel better than sort of the weird rushed way that Bran got it in the show. I think that's the problem a lot of people have with it. It just felt unjustified. We didn't believe those characters getting to that point, and the arcs can be written much more effectively in the book if he really believes it and has path lines that'll get him there. He's going to find the way to do it. So I support this decision. I think good on him. That is the answer to the question. He will not bow down to the books. I'm glad to hear it from the man himself. What do you think? What are you excited for Comic-Con this week? We will be doing so much coverage at Comic-Con, and you can check out me talking about what's going to happen at Comic-Con at my buddy Ian's channel, The Controversy. Check it out on his channel. I'll link it there. But we talk about Comic-Con, my experience is what to do. So check out his coverage, and stay tuned for my own Comic-Con coverage coming up at the end of this week. It starts Thursday, Friday, and through the weekend. And you can count on the fact that we'll be addressing the Marvel panel, which happens 8:15 Pacific or Eastern Standard Time, where we'll hopefully finally figure out what's happening with Phase 4. I can't wait. I actually am a little nervous. I don't really like what's happening so far, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. I am calling it here, and I called it on Ian's show. They need to do something big, Marvel, and I hope to God, and this is me potentially spoiling it. See what I'm doing right here? I'm doing exactly what George R.R. Martin criticized me of, but I'm still going to do it because I already said it in the other show, so I might as well say it here too. I really want them to announce Fantastic Four, and I want John Krasinski, Emily Blunt to come out in Fantastic Four, vintage t-shirts, wave, and say it's coming. That's all I want. Those two together in that movie, I'm in. I'm so in, and I would get excited because I feel like that's something that we need in that universe. I want to see that sort of family vibe action film with those two. I think they're fantastic. I love the real life chemistry they have and on-screen chemistry. I hope they do something like that. I'm putting myself out there because I want to see it so bad. I will still be surprised. I'll be so jazzed. So that's what I want. What do you want this weekend? What do you want to hear from the Game of Thrones panel? Any of those panels? What are you excited to hear about? Will you be in San Diego or are you watching online? Stay tuned to my Twitter at Andy Signore and here at Popcorn Planet for all the updates. We will keep you posted. Thanks so much as always for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.